That's us. And that's also our name, UNLIMIT. UNLIMIT is the name which shows there's no limitation of the Internet of Things. Okay, I'm Juergen Hase. I'm a German. I'm living now for 9 months in India, and it's fantastic to be here. There are 2 points which are a little bit tricky. It's a little bit crowdy and a little bit spicy for me. The rest is fine. So, no limit means unlimited, as I explained before. What I want to explain now is a little bit what we have done, the present and the future. So what we have done, short review. Before I'm starting, you need a little bit information about the principles of IoT. It's simple. The bubbles, application, use cases. We're talking about automotive use cases, we're talking about drones, more logistic, transport and logistic, buildings, agriculture, healthcare. Everything will be connected in the future. There are different things you need. You need platforms. And people told me up front, so never talk about platforms. I believe you should know it about platforms. Simple things. I want to really make it simple. You need a connectivity, crystal clear. You have to connect the machine. You have to manage the devices which are in the machine. You have to manage your smartphone also. The device is the device. You need application, because only to be connected is not enough. If your smartphone is only connected, it makes no sense. You need application. And in the future, we're talking more about the big data analytic. That means you want to analyze all the data. For this one, you need also a platform. And, oh my God. And last but not least, you need the artificial intelligence and the machine learning, all the new things which are coming up. So these platforms are independent of any vertical solution. And this is our philosophy. All of them has to be cloud-based. We are talking about cloud-based services. That's the only way how it's working much faster than before. Okay, what we have done, as you know, I was employee number 1, 1st July last year. Now we are many more people on board. We are hiring more or less now month by month, 10, 15 people coming on board. It's really tricky to manage all this, but it works. We need these people. And there are many people who really also want to join us. I believe the name I've explained, UNLIMIT is a cool name, I like the name. We are a full independent IoT unit. That means whenever you're executing the Internet of Things, it's important that you are independent of any legacy organization, a legacy team. That means we are in reliance of full independent unit. So I believe we have good, excellent experts from national people, international people, from the US market, European market, Indian market, around the world. From Tunisia, wherever the people are coming, we have selected, I believe, the best, plus many Indian people. So 15th of November, you remember we have announced the partnership with Cisco Jasper on the connectivity layer. It was done in another place here, also in Mumbai. And we have also announced first services. First services means we have announced the connectivity, managed connectivity platform, plus how to get on board. This we call a starter kit. You will find it later on again. It's a starter kit. That means you can use it, plug it in, and it works. You are directly connected to the machine. And the first tracking services. Okay, so more important, what's coming up now? From the 15th of November up to now, this are the 142 days. From up to now to the 6th of April, we have hired many more people. We have onboarded customer on the connectivity platform. Many customers already, enterprise customer on the connectivity part. And we have launched an idea contest called Interthrone. This we have announced beginning of January. What is Interthrone? It's simple. We are in interaction with many startup companies, developers, students, all of them. And it's a 6 months period, and during the 6 months period we are collecting ideas, and at the end of the 6 months we are awarding these ideas, and we want to produce these ideas as a product. Overall we have around about 500 groups and 500 ideas already collected during this time. It's now 4 months or 3.5 months. 500 groups means each group consists of minimum 3 people. That means we're talking about 1,500 people roundabout who are in this Interthrone idea contest. So what else we have done? we have been on the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, and we're starting an OEM show, a roadshow. Why? We see that many OEMs want to come to the India market and with their connected cars and all these services. And here, there's a reason why that was crazy. We were in Barcelona on the Mobile World Congress, and you can see Barcelona shows all the time connected cars. Everybody has a connected car. And we were the only one with an Indian style. We have had a connected tuk-tuk. And it was really great because it's a clear demand on this side also. It shows how it works, and many OEMs came. Okay, and we have also announced a first Cumulosity partnership at that one, that we want to work together. But to want to work together is one step. Now we want to show what we have done. So why we are here today? We want to announce now, as a big new thing, is a huge service we want to offer. We call it UNLIMIT Enabling. I will explain it a little bit later. It's the first Indian IoT application platform. You remember, before I explained a little the connectivity platform. Now we can offer many, many new services. How it works, I will explain in a few seconds. So, this platform is developed for enterprise customer. It is independent of any vertical application. And what does it mean, vertical application? I want to show it here, the next. It's not the summary of IoT application we can announce now. We are live, we can show all these services and make it happen for all the Indian enterprise customer. You see a huge demand of IoT services. From the connected car, from the OEM, transport and logistics, smart vending. We are talking about IoT services for the retail part. The smart consumer, the e-bike, all these things which are coming up. And with the UNLIMIT enablement platform, we can serve all these applications. We can make it happen for the customer. And you can see there's so many. We also, one example is, one of our best customers is the Reliance Group. We were serving also the Reliance Group. We have selected many projects of the Reliance Group. We are now step by step serving with the platform of the company called Cumulosity. So, what are the key features of this platform? We have tried to describe it in a simple way. One part is you can connect everything. As I explained before, we have the Cisco Jasper platform, data will be collected, and all the data is now coming to this application platform. And now you can manage all this data. It's not only flowing in, and people are saying, oh my God, what shall I do with all this data? No, you can manage and storage this data. There's a data lake. All these data are coming in. It's important. And you can control all this data. Not only the data, you also can control the application. And with the connectivity platform, all these things you can do in real time. It's a huge advantage to show all these services in real time. If anything has happened with any machine, you can see it 1 second later in real time what's going on a dashboard. It's not that you have codes, selecting any special codes to see how it works. You can see it live. You can manage alarms, incidents, any form, what will happen or what is happening with the machine. And one part is that all these data is coming to any core system. The other part is I want to see it as a service person who has to maintain the machine or whatever. I want to see it on any dashboard on my iPad, on my iPhone, any smartphone, whatever. For this one, we have also the right apps that you can make it happen on this side. Wherever you are, you can see what you can make a health check of a machine which is 10,000 kilometers far away. A second later, you can see it live. So, and one part is you're collecting the data. Another part you can see, oh my God, things is happening, I should do something. You can set up rules. Either you do it manual or you do it automatically. That means with anything is happening with a machine, you can set up rules. Please do this and this full automatically, because I know if you are beyond any limit, do this and this. With the Cumulosity platform, the UNLIMIT enablement, you can do it live. So, partnerships. There was one statement somebody made many years before: a partnership is not a partnership if only one partner is shipping. Partnerships means we have to work much closer together. As you know, we have done this together with Cisco Jasper, and now we are doing this with Cumulosity. And people ask me, why Cumulosity? There's so many players in the world, why Cumulosity? And I believe I found the right answer in an Ovum survey. I'm sure we have selected the best. Why? Here you can see an Ovum curve, how the vendors are working. We have split this in two groups. On the top you find the connectivity players, it's the blue one. That means the Jasper, the Ericsson, all suppliers for connectivity platforms. In the second wave you find the application players, the Cumulosity, the Symbols, and many, many others. And this is the reason, the answer of why we have chosen Cumulosity. We see that the most advanced technology we have selected in the market, and that's the reason we want to partner. And that we have done it right, I've already got a confirmation from the market. When we have announced our partnership together with Cisco, with Jasper. Jasper was bought by Cisco a few weeks later. That means others have thought, okay, what they're doing is not so wrong. It's not only depending on us, but I believe we have selected the right one. Then, a few weeks before, we discussed with Cumulosity, let's go ahead, let's do really a deep partnership. What was happening again? Cumulosity was bought by Software AG. It's really interesting to see. That shows us that we are on the right way. That we are not selecting any no-name company, no. And I've also learned today that we called it as an Asia announcement of Cumulosity. I've learned today that Cumulosity is also announcing the platform in Japan. They have announced it in many countries. I believe Bernd will explain it later on. Okay, I want to show you a few use cases. I will not explain all these use cases. If you're looking, I've selected two areas, the industrial automation and the transporter logistic. Starting with the industrial automation. Click. So, industrial automation. Behind industrial automation, we call it Industry 4.0. This is an international initiative. And why we believe it's so strong here in India, I believe it has started more in Europe, especially in Germany, because there's so many manufacturers of machines. Then it swapped a little bit to China. China is also really strong. And with the initiative of the Prime Minister, so that Make in India, it's also such a huge opportunity here in India to use this technology to be much more efficient for all these services. So behind this industrial automation, again, if you zoom it, you find many, many, many applications. I believe I can add next time many, many more. You can show here from the wheel, air pressure, crane, all these different services. What is also a machine is the electrically sliding doors, for example. We are talking the weather station. The car wash is not that we are washing a car, but to maintain all these machines in the back. Washing. That's not the typical home washing machine. We are talking about industrial washing machine. All these services you will find. And you can serve with one cloud-based platform. So, the two examples here is starting with the construction machine. On the construction machine, you can see these are typical construction machines. Why they're using the platform? Data is coming in, you have the platform, you can see all these services, you can see it on the dashboard, which will be explained later. Why they're using this? One of the key benefits is reduce the downtime of a machine. Efficiency in a machine maintenance. Another part is, for example, any type of spare part management. It means, for example, if this machine doesn't work, the back office, the service organization in the back, they're already knowing it. It looks like that this and this spare part will be killed in the next 2 hours. On the next 2 days, I have to be there with the right spare parts. All these can be managed in the back, so that the downtime of the machine is really going down. So it means spare parts, faster go to market. You are learning a lot about how the people are taking care of the machines. What is the behavior of the user? And they can optimize their machines, which is, for example, this crane or whatever is coming up. And the productivity is increasing for sure. And there are many, many things behind this. Coming to smart pumps, second example. You can see the pattern is all the time the same. Here's the pumps have to work 24 hours, 365 days, all the time. At the end, the pattern you can see is more or less the same, We're talking about maintenance. Machines have to work. You can see it on your dashboard. You can maintain all these things. You can, as a predictive maintenance, the best is really that you know the pump is working or not working, or you can make a remote healthcare check that you can see whatever is going on the next days, that you can take care of the pump before it's killed, these things. Yeah, again, coming back, you can scale it up. If we are talking about cloud-based services, it's not a point-to-point connection. We are using the internet for all these services. That means on one dashboard, you can manage hundreds, thousands of pumps on one dashboard. Before, people have to be there and you have to look. In this case, you tell them, or the machine is telling you where you have to be. If not, all is green. So, coming back to another example, that was industrial automation. Moving a little bit to transport and logistics. In the transport and logistics, I believe we're talking about airplanes, many applications. You can see it here. Two things. First of all, you can see it coming soon. There are coming up many, many, many new services. And I found one picture. I like this picture. This is a little bit, it shows a little bit how the market works for the transport and logistics. It's not only that you have to implement IoT, the Internet of Things, in all the new services, you have also plug it in for existing services. How to maintain this, how to take care that this tracking services, this container tracking is working. I believe here you see a good example. You have to take care of these things in the same way like this and all the other things. And you also find the public transport we have shown in Barcelona, the tuk-tuk. So, zooming a little bit to the asset, to the truck. What does it mean, asset? Asset visibility. We have to take care of goods. That means we are now, on one side we can manage the truck itself, as a fleet management, but we also can monitor the goods which are inside the truck. It's a cooling good, for example. We have to take care, is the temperature low enough all the time? We can monitor this. We can tell if these goods are expensive. If these goods are expensive, are really want to control where all these goods are. That means you can implement GPS trackers. It's all included and you can see it live. Also important, for example, for insurance companies. Asset management, it's not only for the owner of this truck, it's also important of insurance companies. Because if companies rent a truck and all these goods, and there's insurance behind, they're really interested in who's taking care of all these goods. So that means, as explained here, real-time monitoring, risk reduction, as I have explained, who's taking care, where are all these goods, what's going on with all these goods, cost control, you can manage the roads, the waste, much more efficient. And for example, as explained, if there's a cooling, heating system in the back, how it works, what's going on with all these goods. So, one more click. So I believe now I want to hand it over, I believe first to you, and he will hand it over to Bernd, who's explaining as a next step a live demo